Coach Rick, Coach Wayne with another workout of the day. Remember guys, subscribe on our YouTube channel and share with your friends. Today we have a strength and conditioning workout with a core finisher at the end. But first, our warm-up. It's 5 minutes to complete a 400-meter run, then 10 suitcase lunges, 10 curl to press, 10 up downs. If you don't know your distance on the run a minute out, run a minute back. That'll be about 400 meters. If you don't have a place to run, you can always sub that 400-meter run with a minute of jumping jacks followed by a minute of air squats. And then you're into your suitcase lunge. So I got Coach Wayne here to demonstrate this. We're just gonna hold the dumbbells in a suitcase position. We're gonna get 10 reps, so 5 on each leg. So we're just gonna take a big step back, knee to the ground, and then stand up. Guys, you can step back on these, you can step forward on these. Either way, let's make sure our chest stays up, our head stays up. We're not diving forward in these lunges, okay? After 10 lunges, and it's 10 curl to press. So you're gonna curl those dumbbells to the shoulder and then press directly over the head. Make sure overhead that our wrists are stacked over our shoulders, our hips, our knees, and our ankles. One straight line. So nice tight core there. 10 of those, curl into press, and then finally 10 up downs. On the up down, we're just kicking back into the plank position, snapping those feet back in underneath the hips, and then standing tall. Let's make sure we get a good wide athletic stance, and we're not coming up into like a stubby toe, crunchy knee situation as we come back up. All right, so we want to keep that good flat foot position. All right, now, if you don't have dumbbells, you can always do these with backpacks. We can get that backpack up and just bear hug it for our lunges. You could even hold it in the front rack for the lunges. Either way, they both work. All right, and then for the curl to press, we're gonna curl the backpack and then press directly up over the shoulder. So that would be the sub for those movements if you don't have dumbbells. That's our warm-up for today. So for the strength portion today, we've got a 12-minute EMOM, every minute on the minute. Minute 1, we're gonna do 6 snatches on the right arm, then 6 push press on the right arm. You get that done in about 30 seconds, you have 30 seconds rest, then we're gonna go to minute 2, we're gonna do the same thing, but on the left side. So it's right, left, alternating minutes for 12 minutes. All right, so for the snatch and the push press, got Coach Wayne here who's gonna demonstrate by straddling the dumbbell first. We're gonna get a good hinge of the hips with a flat back to put our hand on that dumbbell. From there, we jump and punch the ceiling, right there. Freeze at the top, make sure to show stability, then we're gonna come right back down to the ground with that hip hinge. We want to make sure we're not rounding the back as we come to the ground. Keep that back nice and flat and tap the dumbbell between the feet, not in front of the feet. If you tap in front of the feet, you're going to light your low back up. If you tap back towards your heels, you're going to use more hamstring and glute. After 6 reps of that, you bring it down to the shoulder. We're looking for a push press. So dip, drive, and press. Dip and drive, and you finish with that press out over the head. And it's that order, dip, drive, then press. So we're looking at hips before arms on the push press. So that is the snatch and the push press. Then you'll switch sides for the next minute. Now, if you're using a backpack, you're just gonna do 6 and 6 each minute using 2 hands. So you're gonna straddle that backpack for the snatch. It's the same type of movement. We're just jumping and then punching the ceiling. So we got 6 of those, and you're gonna bring it down after 6 to the front rack position and knock out 6 push press with the backpack. And again, dip, jump, dip, drive, and press. All right, so it's the same movement pattern, same sequencing, just with the backpack. For the conditioning today, we've got 3 rounds for max reps, 4 stations, 1 minute at each station. We've got the thruster, the sit-up, the sumo deadlift, and the tuck jump. There's no rest between rounds, so you want to give yourself about 50 seconds of work and then 10 seconds to transition to the next movement. So for the thruster, we're going to demonstrate the dumbbell version first, and we'll show you the backpack version. The dumbbell version of the thruster, 1 head of the bell on the shoulder, 1 off the shoulder, elbows nice and high. This is a squat into a push press. So you get full range of motion in that squat, getting the hip crease below the knee, come out of that squat with a rapid hip extension, and then punch the ceiling. Same stacked position overhead as the push press that we did in the strength movement today. And then the backpack version looks the exact same. We just want to make sure we keep those elbows up and underneath the backpack so we can keep a good upright torso in the squat. We don't want to see the chest falling forward in the squat on our thruster, so let's stay nice and upright. Awesome. Then for the sit-up, a couple different ways you can do your feet on these. You can do the butterfly version of the sit-up, the straight leg version, the bent knee version, whatever is good for you there. We just want to make sure that the shoulders touch the ground. You can use your arms to throw a little bit for momentum, shoulders past the vertical plane of the hips at the top for full range of motion. Coach Wayne's doing the butterfly version right here. That's perfectly fine. You can also straighten your legs out and try to reach for your toes at the top of the sit-up. Then minute 3 is going to be the Sumo Deadlift. So on the Sumo stance, we get a wider stance. The bells will be in the middle, and we'll get a good hinge position just like that snatch from earlier. All right, so hips are back, back is flat, knees are slightly bent, but the shins are vertical, and the dumbbells are right there in the middle. From there, we squeeze the butt and stand. It's that simple. Then the hips go back again, we touch right between the feet, squeeze the butt to stand. All right, that's a Sumo deadlift. If you're doing the backpack version, just grab the backpack. All right, it's the same exact movement, just with that backpack filled with whatever home items that you have. Then the tuck jump, 1 minute of tuck jumps to finish out the round. We're going to start by dipping and using our arms to extend overhead, tuck the knees to the chest, and then land under control. All right, that is our tuck jump. Now, if you need to scale this movement, you can always just do a high jump without that knee tuck if you're a little bit unsure about that landing. Show a couple of those. So we're just jumping and then landing for 1 minute. All right, 3 rounds for max reps of all 4 of those movements is your conditioning for today. After that conditioning workout, we've got a core finisher for you. It's 5 minutes, a 3-minute AMRAP of flutter kicks and alternating dead bugs right into a 2-minute max effort plank hold. So first, for the flutter kicks, Coach Wayne's going to demonstrate this. We're going to maintain a hollow position. All right, so the hollow, we're going to open up here, keep the shoulder blades off the ground, crunch that rib cage to your belly button, point the toes, straighten the legs, and we're just going nice and slow through these flutter kicks. So you're counting 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 like that until you get to 20. And then you're going to go 20 alternating dead bugs. Now on these, we're going to start in the dead bug position. We're going to open up opposite arm, opposite leg. We're reaching for that toe as we come back to the middle. I want you to count these 1, 2, 3, 4. So 10 on each side on the dead bug. These are going to be pretty challenging. All right, so after 3 minutes of that, then you go right into a 2-minute max plank hold. So you're going to flip over into the top of the push-up position. And on the plank, we're looking for shoulders to be stacked right over the wrists, butt tucked in, nice tight core here. Hips and shoulders are kind of in the same line. So a good hollow position. If you want to add a challenge to this, we're going to pitch forward and rock so that those shoulders actually come in front of the hands. But it's a 2-minute window for you to hold the plank as long as possible. 5-minute core finisher to wrap up the day. Guys, have fun with this one. Log your scores in the comments below. Share with your friends. We'll see you next time.